Welcome back to Extra Shot, the show about the funniest stories in sport this week. On the show today, Troy Parrott crashes back down to earth. The BBC colleague who drove Wayne Rooney to get the snip. And Jamie Redknapp's secret alter ego for picking up girls. Hello, JP.
Buongiorno, Jack. You
Hello,
right?
Zach.
Hi, Jack.
Big news. London has fallen.
Boom.
Live show tickets have sold out in London. Dublin has fallen. Dublin sold out in 5 hours for the Upshot's live
I
shows.
didn't expect that.
Flying off the shelves.
That's people queuing up overnight sort of territory, isn't it?
Are we that big in Dublin?
How quickly did Taylor Swift sell out Dublin?
I think it was longer. I
Yeah.
think it was longer.
I thought so too.
Slightly more tickets with Taylor.
They're saying we're having a bigger impact on the local economy.
Taylor Swift didn't play the Sugar Club.
London and Dublin sold out within a day for the live show, so don't bother trying to get those.
Mental.
But there are a few places that have yet to fall, a few citadels holding out. Manchester, Birmingham and Glasgow have yet to fall, but it won't be long. The barbarians are at the gate. The women and children have been evacuated. The Upshot is coming. So get your tickets for Manchester, Birmingham and Glasgow live shows, which is this April. There's a link in the show notes where you can pick them up. Get them before those citadels fall.
Not many left, right?
No, not many left.
No,
Unsurprisingly.
just get them now.
Yeah.
Get them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was exciting seeing them flying off.
It's quite nice having a hourly measure of your popularity being emailed to you, because you get an update on how many tickets you've sold, and it's just like, okay.
Although sometimes they because we got the ticket bookers would send us updates, and sometimes they wouldn't have the data in from certain venues, so you just get
Zero.
be like waiting for the hour, and then it comes in. It's like Glasgow has sold 0 again. Shit.
Check it again. It's an error. Mum, buy more tickets.
It's not the only big event on the horizon, though. World Cup draw taking place this Friday.
Huge.
Apparently, tickets on resale sites are £1,000 already.
It's a joke.
Starting at grand.
Starting at
Absolute
£1,000.
joke.
Tickets for the final go for 32k.
Is that what you're getting us for Christmas?
Yeah. Got your final tickets from Todd Bowley's scalping website. Vivid tickets.
It's either that or Birmingham. The Upshot's Birmingham.
Actually, it's a good
show.
Christmas present.
So, yeah,
Recommend,
that is
yeah.
a good Christmas present, actually.
Mm.
Yeah. So FIFA have announced they're doing a sort of tennis-style draw for the World Cup. So
course.
top 4 seeds are separated until the semi-finals.
Is that new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be complaining about that, but I think England are going to be one of them.
England are 3, I think. So
Right.
Spain, Argentina, England, France are the top 4
So you keep them
seeds.
separate.
They're
Yeah.
kept separate.
Is-
As long as they win their groups, then
is it-
they'll stay in.
is
be in
that fair?
separate quarters of the
Guess
draw.
so.
It's not fair at all. And if England weren't in it, I'd think it was a disgrace.
Obviously, Ireland are still waiting to find out whether or not they'll be there. They've got to overcome Czech Republic and then somebody else afterwards in the playoffs. Troy Parrott, I feel like, is still dining out on his 5-goal haul.
Mm.
It was, I mean, he was the hero of it. Scored 5 goals in the last 2 qualifiers to get them to that point. Does look like it might have gone to his head, though. So Troy was back on duty for AZ Alkmaar, his club, at the weekend, and they were 1-0 down in stoppage time, and when in the 98th minute they won a penalty, and who stepped up to take it but the big man Troy Parrott.
Big Troy.
Who else?
And he tried a Panenka and it didn't go to plan. Got a clip.
Oh, it's over the bar.
It's over the bar. It's
Very
awful.
poorly executed, and they're giving him a push.
So he Panenka'd it over the bar.
He Panenka'd it over the bar. I've got to say, a month ago, Troy Parrott was not trying a Panenka in the 98th minute.
You can also really imagine the Alkmaar fans being like, I mean, it's got to be Troy. Like, he's definitely You'd never be more confident.
Yeah.
The stage was set.
Mm.
That's good.
It has
That's
gone to his head.
slightly reminiscent of the Gary Lineker one. Do you know that story?
Uh,
He needed one more goal to become England's record goal scorer of all time. I think Bobby Charlton had it before. It was a friendly against Brazil, and he got penalties. Like, perfect. It's Gary Lineker penalties. He's got it. Got the record. And he tried to Panenka it, and it was just into the goalkeeper's arms. You know, one of them.
Just put your fucking
That's even
laces
worse,
for it.
yeah.
And never played for England again.
Really?
I don't know if that
So
was
he
his
never broke
no,
the
he never
record.
broke the record. I don't know if that was his last game, or maybe he played a couple more, but that was it. Never
Didn't
got another
smash it.
chance.
Mm.
Painful. Again, quite a risky move to bring up the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those you it would be so good.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
to
get
get
the
the
record
record on
anyway,
a
just get it
Penenka.
in.
Yeah.
It's not really Gary
Yeah.
Lineker's style.
That's what I was about to say. It's not
Yeah.
Gary's style.
And
is it?
No.
Troy, it's not your style either.
No. Although if he does try anything like that in Prague, there is a backup for him. So there were media reports last week saying that Russia is considering hosting an alternative World Cup
Love it.
for nations that didn't qualify for the real deal. So the idea is that it would run at the same time as the main tournament. So there are some of the mooted nations to take part include Serbia, Greece, Chile, Peru, Venezuela, Nigeria, Cameroon, and China.
So is that teams who've not qualified?
Not qualified, yeah. Obviously, there's
Or
different
a war torn.
or a war torn. Yeah, they do have different reasons for not being in the US. Obviously, Russia's waged a bloody 3-year war on its neighbour, and Greece lost 3-1 to Denmark. So
Everyone's dealing with their own problems.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
are we getting like North Korea, Iran? Actually, Iran are going, aren't they?
Yeah.
Iran are in it,
They're
yeah.
in the Goodies World Cup.
Yeah, I guess
The goodies.
North Korea would be up for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, have they qualified? They qualified in 2018, didn't they?
North Korea won it a few times, haven't they?
That was just the supreme leader on his own.
It's actually at the moment only Russia and Congo Brazzaville that are currently banned by FIFA.
Why
Mm.
Congo Brazzaville? That's quite a serious civil war.
It's
I guess.
I think it's quite.
They
war-torn
rebranded. When were
and-
they Congo Brazzaville?
You know what?
Quite
I
jazzy,
only
right?
realised this. There's 2 Congos.
Yeah, but that's been the case for a while.
Yeah, there was
DRC,
Republic of
yeah.
Congo and DRC.
So which one's had a facelift, rebrand?
So which one's
Refresh the
Brazzaville?
brand.
The not DRC.
Right.
Brazzaville sounds a bit like a budget place to buy bras. would be my comment in the brand strategy meeting if I was in Kinshasa.
Maybe that's what they're going for.
There must be
New
some sort of
market.
hidden meaning behind that, no?
Yeah, it'll be a region thing.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
don't think it's hidden, is it? So I sort of thought this Russia one would be like a baddies one where like North
which is
Korea-
good. I like that.
Yeah, you would feel a bit like,
Belarus are
we
going to
the
be
bad
there
guys?
for sure, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Russia probably have the infrastructure to pull that off.
Yeah, they
don't
had
Yeah, I mean, they
Loads of
hosted the World
stadiums.
Cup like not that long ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not sure whether this tournament in Russia will actually happen. Presumably, some teams are going to be a bit reluctant to
Yeah.
get involved. Maybe, though, I didn't realize Russia recently hosted an alternative to Eurovision,
Love it.
Intervision. It was called. Much less camp, apparently.
I bet it was way less. A bit more traditional.
Straight laced.
23 different countries competed, including China, India, Brazil, South Africa, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Madagascar, Belarus, obviously. There was actually a US representative.
What?
Um,
They let them in.
Yeah, so there was an American guy who was supposed to go, and then he pulled out last minute, and it was someone who I can't remember. I think she wasn't actually American, but lived in the US and was representing the US.
Oh, because
Anyway.
it's just everyone except Europe. It's an international thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a
Yeah,
baddies
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't actually created a proper international one.
Well, this is it.
Uh-huh.
Australia
yeah.
are in Eurovision, aren't they? It's
Are
a
they?
bit Weird.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit weird.
But yeah, this one, it was quite a lot of sort of patriotic ballads.
Yeah.
Less kitsch, more Kremlin, really. Vietnam won in the end. So
Oh, nice.
their entry was a song about a folk war hero who rode an iron horse into battle. Got a clip of it here.
Digging it.
I like it.
Getting Mulan vibes.
Some hats. Quite like the neon. Is there a drop coming?
Oh yeah.
Is there a drop coming?
Feels like AI.
Sick. Drum and bass remix.
Yeah. Oh. Dubstep.
That is way better than Eurovision.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah.
make it international. It's way more interesting to have like Asian vibe.
It'd be
and-
going on for fucking hours though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It already is.
Yeah, it'd be like a
I'm sure
UN
it.
assembly where people speak for like an hour
Yeah.
at a time.
Mm.
Everyone's got to have their go.
Yeah, I think it was quite a, Eurovision obviously is very camp, very.
Yeah, but you could have the camp nations.
Yeah, true. This event was not that.
Yeah, Southeast
So,
Asians
Russia-
like a bit of camp, don't they?
Yeah.
In my experience.
not Russia less so.
Yeah, I guess when you're
Russia.
in Russia, you...
Their entry was a guy called Shaman. This peroxide blonde pop star he's one of the faces of the pro-war lobby. Like Putin always rolls him out at events to sing and stuff. He's best known for the song "I Am Russian." Look at a picture of him.
Wow.
Oh right, wasn't expecting that.
It's a bit like Jamie Lang.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he could be on Made in Chelsea. That guy.
Yeah. There's no Conchita verse there though. That kind of waving a sausage around doesn't go down too well in Moscow. these
Eurovision's
days.
quite political too, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in a different
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Everyone just
yeah.
hates the UK, don't they?
This Intervision thing was actually a Soviet era tradition as well. They used to do it behind the Iron Curtain. So it's sort of reviving that bit when they were shunned by the rest of the
It
world.
is all a bit Cold War, isn't it?
Yeah. Wonder if they've got their eyes on any other events, the Russians. Miss Universe or Crufts.
Chelsea Flower
Imagine
Show.
the
Yeah.
dog being quite aggressive.
What's the most conservative dog? The most
Quite scary.
most hard right
breed?
Russian. The most what kind of dog would Putin
Some
have?
sort of like
He's husky based, isn't he? Or are they
Husky,
they're a bit
yeah.
camp actually, aren't they?
German Shepherd type vibe.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
least gay dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because huskies have got a camp fluffiness and beautiful eyes.
In a way, though, sometimes like the sort of tough guy with
Yeah.
a little fluffy little thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the names of them. I don't know dog names.
My cockapoo would last 2
Cockapoo,
minutes.
yeah,
at
your
the
cock-
Russian
you got a
ground.
cockapoo.
I've got a white cockapoo, yeah.
Yeah,
Pickle.
yeah. Pickle's getting sent
Put a
straight
picture
to the gulag.
She's getting absolutely fucked.
That's a Eurovision dog. If ever I've seen one. Belongs in a handbag.
She is proper Eurovision. I'm pretty Eurovision though.
Yeah,
as
you
well,
are,
to be
mate.
fair.
The last 2 minutes in Moscow.
Send me in.
Actually, similar note, I saw North Korea is organising its first international golf tournament. So they've invited, I think it's amateur level, but it's the first time that these are like good amateurs. Pyongyang Golf International, I think it's called. And it's the first time they've invited people in for an international course. But it's the same course where Kim Jong-il, the former supreme leader, famously shot that 38 round where he got 11 holes in one. So it's going to be tough to impress the
That
locals.
is, yeah.
No one else is getting that score, are
They're going to
they?
be pretty disappointed by these amateurs.
Have people signed up? Are they going? Yeah.
I think it's happening.
Wow.
I don't know. I
So
think
no, if you're a decent golfer, that's great. Great
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
yeah, it's a good,
Really fun.
that's a good, interesting trip.
Yeah. I'd go.
Bit of culture. Now, Wayne Rooney has endured years of taunts from fans, tabloids calling him a drunken oaf, and general abuse. But he's always taken it in good grace, I think. Do you know what I mean? He seems quite good-natured about the whole thing. But there is one man who truly gets his blood boiling. I am, of course, speaking of children's TV presenter, Mr. Tumble. So Rooney, on his pod this week, said that he couldn't face having a fifth child. He's got 4 kids. Because he couldn't face watching Mr. Tumble again.
What's Mr. Tumble done to him?
I watch.
What was the entertainment like?
Proper turns.
Oh, Mr. Tumble's there.
Okay.
I know that.
Is he?
You like Mr. Tumble?
I hate Mr. Tumble.
Mate,
Oh, no,
he's not he's not far behind you money wise. He's clear. He's absolutely cleared children's
I've got 2
market.
year olds, that's-
I was in the dressing room for match today, and his
Did you meet Mr. Tumble?
No, his dressing room was next to me. Justin, his name was in him.
Yeah.
And the reason I hate him, I don't hate him because of him and what he does, is I've had to sit through it 4 times. So with every kid,
That's the collab we need. Wayne Rooney and Mr. Tumble.
I've been through him 4 times, and it's got to a point now where I just can't. He's the reason I got the snip.
Well,
I couldn't have another kid to go through it again.
I did not see that coming.
So yeah, he said that was the final straw for him.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
He actually looks a little bit like Mr.
Mr.
Tumble.
Tumble, I was about to say.
Yeah, we got a clip of Mr. Tumble for people who aren't familiar. People who aren't up at 6 a.m, blasting his antics.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney in his younger days, still ahead of her.
But I thought you were going to sit down.
He's in sort of clown gear.
I can see this getting quite annoying.
I'm not a fan.
It's quite basic for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate.
Do you watch a lot of it?
He needs.
No, I
Do you like your
I-
your children's shows to be a bit more gripping?
like a bit more gritty plot
Yeah.
than Mr. Tumble.
Yeah.
What's a good one?
It's the old Thomas the Tank Engine. It's not the shit
Oh,
wet
right.
new
Where's
ones.
Ringo
Or the
Starr.
Mag-
And it's Tractor Ted on his farm.
Magic Roundabout?
It's quite trippy.
Right.
Yeah, used to do what is that other fucking trippy one? No one cares.
In
The,
the Night-
in the Night Garden.
Night
It's
Garden,
quite trippy,
yeah.
but again, no plot.
Old Thomas the Tank Engine is
That was
classic.
great.
Yeah, the new
unreal.
ones.
Also,
wouldn't
quite a lot
recommend.
of morals that you learn from it. Like
Yeah.
when what's his name, Henry gets bricked up in the tunnel.
Percy.
Is it Percy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was terrified of that.
Really?
Yeah, but it was quite dark. And obviously, you have Ringo Starr narrating it, and now they've remade it, and it's wet.
wet.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's lame.
I
can't
used
stand
to.
it.
I was so obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine, and Henry was my favourite one that I refused to answer to my own name. Like when I was at nursery, they had to call me
you
when they
Henry?
did the register. They had to call me Henry, otherwise I didn't answer.
Were you like some sort of brat child?
Well,
That's amazing. Wouldn't answer. If that happened now, the Daily Mail would do a story being like, "Meet the boy who identifies as a train. His pronouns are he, Henry."
Well, I mean, he was.
It does sound
That
like
was
you might be.
basically it, yeah.
You might be
Yeah.
trans vehicle. You should get on the new Thomas Tank Engine. That's sort of the vibe.
get on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
watch
get
it.
on it. Like, can I
Anyway,
narrate it? I would love to narrate that.
Yeah. Anyway, Mr. Tumble is I think it's pretty annoying. I'm with Wazza. I'm not cutting off part of my reproductive system because of him, but I get it's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
But I do love the fact he said that they're in next door dressing rooms, him and Mr. Tumble. So like obviously he said like I want to do match of the day. He's in the next door dressing room, and I saw him.
Do
But,
they-
like you've just told everyone
He
that you
should
fucking
get dressed up
But
next
do,
time.
do
and
they
knock
not?
for him.
But Match of the Day is recorded live.
Live, yes,
It's like 10. They're recording Mr. Tumble at 10 p.m.
Mate, he's a
10 p.m. on a
workaholic.
Saturday.
The fucking night shift.
Mr. Tumble's a workaholic. But maybe it's like they need the studio in the day for
Like bigger shit.
Yeah.
grandstand, and then
Yeah.
poor old Mr. Tumble's got to roll in.
Shunted into the.
He does slightly have the vibe to me of a bloke who I kind of find this all with children's TV presenters. They look a bit like they're going to be like, my personal life's an absolute mess. I've been up since 3 a.m. Welcome to Funland.
Yeah.
It's all a bit shrill.
As soon as it ends, they're just like doing lines of coke.
yeah, like Richard Bacon.
Bit like extra shot.
Yeah. I have to say, I did immediately then, the mind went to, has Mr. Tumble had a personal scandal? Absolutely no rap sheet
Really?
whatsoever, I can confirm. He's an extremely good guy.
Do you think that we're now programmed to think that children's presenters are in some way naughty?
Yeah, I mean, the mind wasn't going to the really grim stuff, but I was just like, it would be funny if he did.
Yeah.
And then yeah, but he's clean
He's
as
just
a whistle.
regular.
Yeah, Richard Bacon obviously had that. Were you of age, Blue Peter
I
age?
do
Do you
remember
remember that?
Yeah.
And they just started Blue Peter with his boss being like, "We've sacked Richard Bacon for taking drugs." You're like, fucking hell, it's a bit heavy.
Did they say
Yeah,
for
the
drugs?
head of children's television at the beginning of Blue Peter at her desk, I watched it this week, is just like, unfortunately, Richard was using drugs. And like,
Why do they have to
Drugs
tell
are
the?
bad.
I
to
think we
tell
were
the
talking
kids
about
that?
this previously, that like it's like your parents being like, "I'm behind the mortgage payment again." It's like, just make up an excuse.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Did they not get a replacement in that week? Did they just?
They
have to-
played an old episode. They had one in the
Right.
bank. Yeah, good trick.
Thought you'd cover that up a bit
I
better.
did find one beloved children's character who had been up to no good in the early noughties, and that's Barry Chuckle
Not Barry.
of Chuckle Brothers fame. So yeah, he got done in a kiss and tell by 37-year-old Sally Williams, who she took her kids to see the Chuckle Brothers in Panto in Doncaster. This is 2004, I think. And afterwards, she emailed the sort of like Chuckle Brothers at Gmail, being like, "Could I have a signed T-shirt for my kids?" And Barry replied, as the tabloid said, one email from the wrinkly comic, real name Barry Elliott, told how he wanted to lick, suck, and caress her. Apparently, it very quickly went from 0 to 11.
What, straight on the back of the email?
I
or-
think there was like a bit of like, I could use some T-shirts, and then quite quickly it got flirty, and then
Wow.
he said he wanted to lick, suck, and caress her. And they met up twice at a service station on the M18, which
Oh.
it runs from east of Rotherham to Goole, the M18, if you're wondering.
Thanks, mate.
Zoomed in on the wrong bit of the story there. And she says it was smooching and more, but never full sex.
Right.
So it sounds like it was.
That's yeah.
There's some descriptions of his hands wandering up her
So
skirt.
she was clearly sort of into it.
Yeah, I think so. But then the fling, and this is how the tabloids describe it. They said the fling was nipped in the bud when her husband Ron found the raunchy email. So I was thinking, imagine being on the family computer.
And you got Juggle Brothers.
Check your email and you're like, it's Barry Chuckle knobbing my missus. There's a message here from Barry Chuckle saying he wants to suck your earlobe.
It was like the we had an email from someone. Have we told the story before? We had an email from someone whose mum is dating
The Wilston Raider.
The Wilston Raider.
What?
Yeah. It's his colleague's mum.
Okay.
So his colleague, his mate at work, the colleague's mum is going out with the Wilston Raider.
And he's had like Sunday dinners. With
Yeah, all the
so
time.
right.
They're an item. I'm sure
He had a really funny description of him. He was like, so like, what's he like when he's not in character? And his response was skittish and irritable.
so lucky he is in character.
We saw him on the walkway up to the final when England played Spain, and we sort of just went up to him and sort of, "Hi, how you doing? Can we have a quick photo?" And his entourage tried to charge us for the photo.
Really?
He's like completely professional.
He does it for charity, though. I think.
You think he does?
What's the price?
I think they wanted like 10-15 euros a photo or something.
It's a lot.
Quite
Yeah.
steep.
He has raised a lot of money for charity, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Wilston Raid at MBE. Sir Wilston Raid.
I mean, he's massively high profile now, isn't he?
Is he still? He's managed to like keep it going in a way that I don't think Ibiza Final Boss will.
Yeah.
That guy already feels a bit dated. Doesn't
Can
he?
you imagine that though? Your mum's like, I've met a new man. Like, so I'm really excited about
Ian.
me. And he's like, you're gonna meet him for the first time, and he knocks on the door and he answers, and it's the Wheelstone Raider.
Hi, mate. Well done.
Yeah, got some Werther's original. You want some?
Yeah, actually, around the dinner table, that must be good.
Yeah.
It's like,
he-
you pass the roast
non-stop.
potatoes. Oh, you want some?
You want some? I'll give it you. I'd actually have some.
He'd probably get fucking pissed off after about 15 minutes. but
Hence slightly irritable. As for Sally, who was sexting Barry Chuckle via email, once the husband found out, she quickly called it off and she told the paper, "I must have been insane," which seems harsh on Barry Chuckle, who's
It's a lovely
television royalty.
Yeah.
Actually, so Barry's no longer with us, sadly, but Paul, his brother, did you see he's in like a sort of like dark gangster film? Obviously, he's been Paul Chuckle for his whole career for most people, but then he was in this film. It's called Fall to the Top, and the description says, "Fall to the Top sees Chuckle don a sinister set of shades and dive into the world of organised crime as he plays a character named the Jackal." Got a clip. He's nodding.
Got a job for you. Little Irish fella. I need you to do what you do best. Trust me. Trust me.
He's actually got a good face for a gangster.
Yeah, he does look quite scary.
You line him up. I'll knock him down.
He's just accepted some money from a gangster. That's it.
Wow.
He's only in a couple of scenes.
Knuckle Brothers.
Quite haunting seeing him go dark. The Guardian review said, "Picturing Paul Chuckle in a gangster film is like trying to picture Badger from Bodger and Badger machine gunning his enemies in a drug-fueled rage."
It looks fucking proper low budget, that. As
Yeah,
well.
it looks
Like-
a bit sick for him.
I mean,
doesn't it?
he's like a national, I wouldn't say a national hero, but he's well liked. Surely he can
He
get
is.
better
He's
roles
a
than
treasure,
that.
yeah.
national treasure, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, we all grew up with him.
Yeah.
I was looking at Paul Chuckle's Wikipedia. It says, in April 2007, while on holiday in the Greek island of Kefalonia, Paul broke his nose when he lost control of his motorbike after braking suddenly to avoid a goat herd and a flock of goats. Tourists who stopped at the accident, instead of helping him out, shouted out the Chuckle Brothers catchphrase, "To me, to you."
You've got to do it, though.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh
Do you
dear,
think
oh
he
dear,
was
oh dear.
saying that as well when he was in the toilet cubicle on the M6? Can we to you?
It would have been great if he'd given the quote to the
Yeah.
tabloids, just, "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear,
Dear,
oh dear."
dear, dear, dear.
Yeah. Once he gets an angry text from her husband, oh dear, oh dear.
Other Chuckle Brothers thing I learned is that there are two older Chuckle Brothers called the Patton Brothers, who were first. Jimmy and Brian, they actually do pop up in Chucklevision a bit if you watch it. And Jimmy, at the age of 85, married a 26-year-old fan. We're looking at their wedding photo now.
But wait. She married a Chuckle Brothers.
She married the older Chuckle brother, Jimmy, who most people don't know. But if you actually watch the show, he's in it a lot.
Right.
He's the one who quite often gives them like jobs to do. He's like the boss. And he has a catchphrase too. It's like, "I know mucking about," or something like that.
You've got to be like a pretty big Chuckle Brothers fan to marry one of the brothers.
Yeah,
That's not the main character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's pretty loose.
Yeah, like I kind of get it with the Harry Potter film, but Chuckle Brothers. There's only two people.
It's like going out with Rodri Gibbs.
Yeah. He described how they met. He said, "Amy had been a fan of Chucklevision all her life and commented on something I posted on Facebook. It just went from there."
Sure it did, mate.
Charming. Yeah. That's all I've got on the Chuckle Brothers, I think.
Speaking of scandalous BBC stars, Gary Lineker was inducted into the International Football Hall of Fame in Mexico this week.
Is that a FIFA
I don't
thing?
know.
I didn't know it existed.
I've never heard of it.
And it looks like he's been catching some rays, sipping on some mezcal, and just chilling out in his Birkenstocks. Apparently, he is announcing a major deal with Netflix for the World Cup later this
He has
month.
announced it, actually.
He has.
Well, yeah, it's the rest of football's going to be on Netflix.
Right.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I
I
think-
was
yeah.
thinking they were screening games live.
That's what I thought maybe.
Oh, maybe there's going to be more, but that's what I read.
I wonder if that means that Alan Shearer and Micah Richards are going to be on Netflix instead of BBC.
I think you can do both.
Can
'cause
you?
It's just their pod, isn't it?
Right.
Mm.
Interesting. Anyway, a video.
More on that later.
Anyway, a video has emerged this week from two English TikTokers who are over in Mexico. And I should say that they filmed this video on one of those Ray-Ban Wayfarer
The sunglasses.
I
thing.
think
The nonce goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they should be allowed these
Yeah.
filming
The
glasses.
sunnies.
They feel just like filming stuff.
Yeah, I
without-
agree.
It's not
and then just like
cool.
posting it online because people have no idea that you're filming.
It's
Well, I
not
get the
cool.
saving grace that I think is protecting us all is you look like a fucking wanker if you
Yeah.
wear them.
Absolute wanker. But also, you know, they are quite clearly trying to get views on their TikTok. And yeah, we'll have a look at the video now. Yeah, so it's Gary and a girl.
What's up, Gary? Enjoy your holiday. Thank you.
So it's Gary and Lineker and a young girl, as
Yeah.
in an adult, but a younger woman walking through the street in Mexico.
Yeah, and these two sort of topless TikTokers sort of baiting him up, basically.
They just said hi,
they
Gary.
just say
didn't they?
hello. It's quite friendly, isn't it? They just say
Yeah.
have a nice holiday.
Yeah, but they then posted it, right?
Then
Yeah,
post it
true.
online. which
And what
is
do
a
they?
bit-
What do they say in the caption? Like,
I think it's something along the lines of like, "This is another British legend that we've filmed or met this week." In there.
oh, so they let everyone else infer
Yes.
that Gary Lineker's there with a younger woman.
Yeah.
So the suggestion obviously is that he's picked up a chick.
Yes.
Is he? Gary Lineker's single in any case, isn't he?
He is. He's
Is he?
single. Well, he's got a weird relationship with his ex-wife, who he's still with all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, well,
But-
she's mother of his kids, and
Yeah.
her surname is Cocaine.
Really.
I always enjoy that. Michelle Cocaine.
And post this video going online, Gary Lineker superfan Tommy Robinson has popped up with a tweet basically insinuating that Gary was up to no good with this young girl. And in true Tommy Robinson fashion, the video has gone viral. And Gary has got wind of the tweet from Tommy, and they've had a few spats before. So I think he just really felt like he needed to clarify the situation, and it's quite a good response. So it says, "If you must know, I was going to a chemist with my daughter-in-law to get some medicine for her unwell husband, my son. Hatred is a dreadful weakness."
Oh,
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, enough respect to Gary there for the classiest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw his
So-
other son just went, "It's his daughter-in-law, you fucking idiot."
Yeah.
Which I think is a more appropriate response, to be
Yeah.
honest.
What did Tommy actually say? Do we know?
Tommy's
Did you
tweet
see-
was along the lines of, "What you up to here, Gary?"
Oh right. Yeah, he was licking his lips when he saw a video of Gary
Yeah.
Lineker doing that.
Well, a lot of those guys are, because obviously they hate Lineker, but you know how there's always these like, you ask Gary Lineker about the skeletons in his closet
Yeah. They've had an online spat before. I think Gary tweeted something about the situation with asylum seekers in the hotels, and Tommy.
I
went
can't
out.
imagine they agree on much.
So basically, Tommy looks like a complete prat, and the tweet, I will say, is still going viral, and he hasn't taken it down yet, despite it clearly being fake news. But I'm not sure I'd be throwing shade after I'd just been mentioned in the Epstein files, which is absolutely mental. So
Tommy, not Gary.
I was going to say, if you asked me to guess, I would have actually guessed Lineker just because he's more famous.
same.
But to clarify, Gary Lineker is not in the Epstein files.
So Tommy was mentioned in a WhatsApp conversation between Jeffrey Epstein and a politician. The politician hasn't been named, where it says that Tommy Robinson has done some good work.
Jeffrey says that.
Yeah.
That's the guy you want praising you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like we were talking the other week about Woody Allen. Who was
Oh,
Woody
yeah,
Allen?
It was, Luis Rubiales.
Yeah, I mean, this is worse. There's probably no one whose name's going on your book less likely than Jeffrey Epstein. Good work. Was that sort of when Tommy Robinson was like getting jailed or whatever?
I think he'd been jailed, and just as he started going
Right.
big.
You
But
can't choose your fans.
No, you can't. But all in all, a bit of an own goal for Tommy there, unfortunately.
Is that now doing the rounds, the fact that he was in the Epstein thing, or have you dug that out?
No, it's now
grubby
doing the
file.
rounds.
Your grubby filing
Proper
cabinet.
research this week.
Yeah, a bit of journalism at last. Okay, so Gary's come out of that well. I always wonder with that, like, obviously Gary set the record straight, but how many people are just leaving with the impression that Gary Lineker's like out picking up girls and
Well, that's the thing, and because he hasn't taken it down, and it actually says underneath, they do this sort of
community note?
community note
okay.
now.
That probably does the job for him.
Yeah.
Speaking of pickup artists, which Gary is not, to be clear, his mate Jamie Redknapp back in the day, as a hot-blooded youngster in his early 20s, apparently he used to visit this club in Bournemouth called The Cage. The Redknapps are from Bournemouth, aren't they? They live down there. And apparently his pulling technique was to tell girls that he was a computer programmer called Tyrone, and then he would invite girls back to the Manor.
Surely just stick to being a footballer.
Yeah, I
Much
know,
cooler.
but I quite rate that.
Yeah.
It's like he wants to do it on merit.
Right.
Computer
Yeah.
programmer called Tyrone.
I mean, he was gorgeous back in the day. He could probably done it on
Is it
merit
because you
by
don't want people
himself.
selling stories,
Maybe.
or maybe he had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, I tell you what Gary Lineker should get on out in Mexico, some cheap data for his phone, so he can slap Tommy Robinson down as much as he likes, dig out the Epstein files without worrying about racking up a huge bill, and he can do that using Saily. Yeah, so Saily is a new eSIM app brought to you by the creators of NordVPN, which actually Gary could probably use a VPN too while he's at it. Keep Tommy from sniffing around his inbox. Jamie Redknapp can probably help him set it up. With all his computer programming skills. So Saily, basically you don't need an actual SIM. You just download the app once, and then you can get cheap data plans for 200 countries. So if you're going away over Christmas, New Year, or any time for the World Cup,
World Cup, yeah.
this is the way to do it, so that you can actually use your phone abroad.
I might
Do you know
get
sometimes
one.
you land somewhere and they're like, data is £10 a day for like 100 meg.
Yeah, I've still got that
Come to
problem.
the Upshots live show in Glasgow.
We're going to be in needing.
We're gonna need it for
We're going to
Dublin.
need to tether or get ourselves a Saily sim.
That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I get it.
I do know that.
Yeah. But we actually will
Just to
need it for
clarify.
Dublin, won't we?
Do you need a
I'll be
different
getting
SIM
Saily
card?
for Dublin, yeah.
I think you do, yeah.
For that
That
great.
is actually good that it's not a SIM card. It's actually just an app.
Yeah, I don't want
I
to be
didn't
fucking
realise that
around.
'cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fucking annoying.
You know those little things you have to
Yeah,
get out your phone?
yeah,
Or like a
gotta have one.
paperclip.
What is it? No, there is a
tool.
Yeah,
but
but you can use
obviously
a
lose the
paperclip.
tool.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Life hack.
Techno.
But now...
Tyrone over here.
Anyway, now you don't need it. You just get an eSIM app with Saily. Just
Yeah.
install it. And best of all, they're giving Upshot listeners a discount, aren't they? Those bastards. 15% off when you use the code Upshot. And you get NordVPN free.
Jesus,
as
that is
well.
a good deal.
Wow.
So if you're thinking about NordVPN from all our ads and you want to watch content that's not available in your region, then why not double up here and get Saily as well? So just go to the App Store, search for Saily, which is Saily. Download it, use code Upshot at checkout. You're getting the money off, and you get your NordVPN as well. Details are in the description box of this
Banging deal.
podcast. Actually, I'll tell you one man who does wish he was using a VPN, and that's Mark Overmars. We've talked about him before. They don't come much grubbier than the ex-Arsenal midfielder, who he got sacked by Ajax. He was football director, but he got sacked for firing out all these horny texts to employees. This was a few years ago. I think we've covered the fact that his nickname at the club was Dirty Uncle Mark or Geilnief, which in Dutch, it's a Dutch expression. It literally means horny cousin. This all happened a few years ago, but now a Dutch journalist has published a tell-all book describing the scandal, all the most horrible details. It is only available in Dutch, but thanks to Dan in the Upshots Hilversum Bureau, we've got all the gory details. Thanks, Dan. To be honest, a lot of it is quite rank. He was sending a lot of unsolicited dick pics. It's Upshot Rule 37. Dick pics were always unsolicited.
Yeah.
This was no exception. So apparently it came to light because there was a big Me Too scandal involving a celebrity in the Netherlands. And Edwin van der Sar, the old United and Fulham keeper, is now CEO at Ajax. And he sent an email to all staff just being like, look, if you've experienced anything like this in the workplace, get in touch.
Inbox full straight
Yeah,
away.
and he started getting all these emails about Mark Overmars, who's like one of his best mates.
Fuck.
So he and Mark, they played in the Ajax team in the 90s that I think they won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Then they played in the Dutch national team, and then they worked directly together in the club as executives. So it was a pretty awkward one for him that turns out his best mate is a grubby old Galneef. Anyway, this at first one employee came forward apparently, and Overmars admitted, yeah, look, this has been going on with several people, and they were like, how many? And he goes, roughly 10 to 15. He couldn't put a number on it.
10 to 15. That is.
But actually, the eventual investigation comes up with 300 pages of texts and photos of him just like being pretty rank. One of the reasons he couldn't deny it is that the dick pics he was sending were from the bathrooms in the club office, and you could tell because the tiles were in Ajax colours.
Oh,
It's
really?
like the distinctive red and white. So
Shit
yeah,
where you eat.
smoking gun. Not even NordVPN would have protected him from that.
Has he been cancelled now?
Yeah, he got sacked. He did then get a job at Royal Antwerp, the Belgian side, and I think he's pretty good at that aspect of his job. The bit that because they I think they won the title. Although he then had a like pretty nasty stroke,
Right.
and the players held up a banner in support of him, which they're obviously trying to be supportive, but it ended up sounding a bit more like a warning to colleagues. It said, "Mark Overmars always behind you." He has
Didn't
recovered.
think that one through.
Anyway, sorry, there are some lighter revelations. So in the book as well, they also revealed that even by Dutch standards, Mark Overmars is very stingy. So apparently he had a habit of, after matches, walking around the hospitality boxes, minesweeping canapes to build up a full plate. So apparently he would collect up a plate of discarded bitterballen so that he wouldn't have to buy any at the bar for his guests. Because apparently it's like tradition, you get a round in of them.
And you get around a bit
And
of
he would
violence.
always just minesweep.
Take them over. Just,
Yeah. And apparently he'd do the same on, if he was sometimes a guest on like morning football shows, and he would minesweep the pastries and bring them back to the office. Quite good.
That's great.
Yeah. Actually, Ajax having a rough old time of it. Even
Shit, man.
aside from that, they're sixth in the league. They've had a couple of bad seasons. They've just sacked their manager, Johnny Heitinger, the former
really?
Everton player. He's
Not
been
know
sacked.
that.
One of those names, Johnny Heitinger, I think you never just say the surname,
Yeah.
like a
needs to
Solly
be-
March.
Yeah.
Mm.
Both to get it.
Yeah.
Ryan Babel.
Yeah, it's never just Barble, is it? Maybe Troy Parrott actually.
Troy Parrott's a good
Yeah.
one, yeah.
But they've brought in a caretaker manager, Fred Grimm. The Grim Reaper.
Sums it up.
It's not the name you want over the door when you're sixth in the league.
Sounds like someone from a Lemony Snicket.
In he comes,
Unfortunate
Frederick
event.
Grimm.
The whole Ajax thing, that like them being quite shit, has all coincided with the whole Mark Overmars thing. 'Cause when he was director of football,
Weren't they doing quite
like,
well?
He was, aside from what he was doing in the toilets of the offices, he was good at his job. Like he was the director of football. He brought through the whole like Matthias de Ligt and Frankie de Jong. That
The
team,
Ten Hag
the
team.
Ten Hag team
Yeah.
that got to the Champions League semi-finals, and then since he was sacked, they've basically been on a downward spiral.
Mhm.
Like last year, it was looking like they might get relegated at some point.
Which for Ajax is
Yeah.
that's like it's like an Arsenal going down, isn't
Yeah.
it? Or United, I guess. Yeah, there was more this week. So their game against Groningen this week was cancelled after 6 minutes because the ultras went hard on the pyrotechnics. It actually looks fucking cool. Watching a clip that I will link to. And
Jesus.
That's just a full fireworks display
Yeah.
in the stands. They said, basically, apparently loads of them rushed the emergency exits, like there were people
it looks
jibbing.
like a proper inferno in there.
Yeah, but what the ultras are saying is basically there was this fan who's terminally ill whose one of their wishes was to go to a game, and so they got to go to a game, this game, and the ultras are saying they wanted to put the display on for him. But obviously the game was abandoned after 6 minutes, and then they said to the guy, "All right, we're gonna play the fixture behind closed doors. You can come." But apparently now he might not be able to make it.
Really? So the Ultras
they've-
have fucked it there.
Yeah, that's the story that's doing the rounds. There might be another side to that. I don't want to. Please don't hurt me if you're listening. We're looking at a picture of two of the ultras. They've got fucking bazookas
How
over
have
their
they got
shoulders.
those in?
Yeah. I don't know. The club said they searched them with sniffer dogs before the party, but I mean, they've got.
Did search it very hard.
Yeah,
did they?
yeah, yeah. It does look visually quite cool. That's all I will say.
That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. The Dutch ultras are nuts, aren't they?
Yeah.
Also, they must have so much sway with the club to get it played behind closed doors and then allow the fan to watch it.
Well, I think the club were just like the club were the ones liaising with this fan.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Just not the fireworks.
Yeah, if you could. I don't think he's one of the ultras. Actually, I think he's just. Yeah.
Slightly more family-friendly vibe at Brighton, where Brighton it's known for its vegan pies, Green Party Council, thriving gay scene. It's sort of a liberal bastion of progressive values. So when they try to appeal to their Japanese market, you expect them to knock up some seagull anime or get Lewis Dunk to sip a matcha latte while he's repairing broken pottery with that golden glue stuff. They decided to go a slightly different route though in the end. So Brighton's under-12 side qualified for the Truce Cup recently, which is this European youth tournament that combines football with teaching kids about World War One. And
Interesting.
it's an odd concept for a tournament.
You
to
said under
start with.
12s, right?
Under 12s, yeah. I don't know why just keep those things set. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to learn about World War One at this point. But anyway, it was a big deal for their team, and they decided to celebrate that they'd get down the Japanese star Karu Mitoma to pose with the kids. And clearly someone in their marketing team noticed this Venn diagram of war, football, and Japan. And
This ain't going to be good.
and they had a light bulb moment, and they decided to get Karu and the kids to hold up a mocked up FIFA Ultimate Team card for Hiro Onoda.
What?
Who's that Japanese soldier who carried on fighting for 29 years
I love
after
that guy.
World War II ended. So we're looking at a picture of him now.
Why put him on a FIFA card?
This is Mitoma and a kid with the FIFA. But if you zoom in, like he's even got stats.
What are the categories? Presumably
It's like
work
stealth,
speed, agility,
work rate 99,
determination 99,
Agility.
survival skill, intelligence 42. Unfortunately, this hasn't had quite the desired effect among the Asian fan base, because I think Brian slightly forgot that Japan were very much the bad guys in World War II. Sort of like they were the Asian Nazis, really.
Yeah, it's not an era that they want to be remembered for.
No. So in the Philippines, where Hiro Onoda was stationed, Japanese soldiers massacred 100,000 unarmed civilians, enlisted women as sex slaves, and starved local populations to death while forcing them to build railways. So
You'll never sing that.
yeah, he's not exactly Captain Tom. And actually, more recently, Hiro Onoda's become a real symbol for far-right nationalists in Japan. Sort of like Brighton announcing Fabian Hertzler's new contract by making him pose with a picture of Hans Ulrich Rudel, the Nazi Luftwaffe pilot who knocked out 519 tanks at a Soviet battleship.
Was Mitoma not like, what the fuck?
I was about to say, like, surely
I
he's
think
got.
I reckon he does so many of these things every day.
Yeah.
He's not
Posing
looking
for various
properly. Yeah.
pictures. It's just like, yeah, come on. Just
Also, hang on. This isn't the biggest issue, but they said it was about World War One.
yeah, true. Yeah,
This guy's a holdout for
Yeah.
World War Two.
Yeah.
exactly.
Bit of a faux pas
That's
from
my main
Brighton's
gripe.
marketing
Yeah.
team.
They need to do their research really.
Although Hiro Onoda is quite a mental.
His story is
Because
crazy.
hang on, when was he held out until what?
1978. I
That's
think it
mental.
was,
Star
79.
Wars was out.
yeah.
That'd really blow his mind.
Yeah. I looked into his whole story. Actually, it is crazy. So he basically was trained in guerrilla warfare, and then was sent to the island of Lubang in the Philippines in 1944. And his mission initially was to destroy an airship, and his commanding officers told him, "Do not surrender under any circumstances," which was very that was sort of the Japanese army
Yeah.
way, wasn't it? They end up failing their mission, and US and Philippine army brigades make it onto the island. So him and 3 other soldiers retreat into the jungle up in the mountains, and they stay there for like a year. And obviously the war ends in 1945, and at that point, villagers on this island leave out notes for them telling them that Japan surrendered. Like, you can go home now.
Stop fucking shelling us.
Yeah. Come out of the
A little
jungle.
post-it note, please go home.
Yeah, but they don't believe it. They think that it's Allied propaganda to try and it's a trap. Basically.
Tweaked.
So after about 6 months, one of their group breaks off and surrenders, but the other 3 of them think this is like a betrayal, and they decide they're going to stick it out. So they're living off bananas, coconuts, killing cattle, and raiding rice farms to get food. They get into these occasional shootouts with villagers and with the police. But obviously, like back home, people know that they're there. And in 1952, the Japanese authorities get the soldiers' families to write letters and send photographs, which they then airdrop over the jungle to try and get through to them. Like, look,
Wow.
you can come home now.
Yeah, the vibe's changed here. Look.
Yeah, just come back. But again, they just don't believe it. They think it's a trap. 1954, one of them gets killed in a shootout with the Filipino army, who are doing like training exercises nearby. So for the next 18 years, it's just Hero and one other guy. And they're basically living off these raids that they do. They go into villages, take their food, burn their rice as well, which just fucks off the villagers, obviously. But apparently that was one of their last missions that they'd been handed.
Suppose you get
25 years ago.
Set yourself some goals.
Yeah. They're estimated to have killed 30 civilians
Fucking hell.
during their time there, which
It's quite annoying if you buy a house in the countryside in the Philippines. And they're like, just one thing to let you know
There are a
about.
couple of guys that knock
There's
about.
some quite militant Japanese holdouts just over those hills.
Japanese soldiers.
Don't leave your
that
rice out
like
overnight.
to burn rice.
just so annoying. Like the war's over.
I'll show you that FIFA card.
1972, they get into another shootout with the police, and Hero's mate is killed. So it's just him now. And in 1974, so almost 30 years after the war finished, this Japanese adventurer tracks him down. And Hero later describes him as this hippie boy who came to the island to listen to my feelings.
Because surely they've got culturally like such different vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like the 70s now.
Yeah.
It's like this long-haired hippie guy
Yeah.
with like John Lennon glasses comes in
With like a
smoky
sick camera.
joint. Yeah. Just wanted to talk about you. Talk to you about your feelings.
What's your vibe now,
Yeah.
man?
How's it going? Man?
You good?
Still peace and love, man.
Yeah,
man.
little Hello
war's
Kitty
over.
trinket on his
Yeah.
backpack.
Anyway, so he sort of befriends Hero in the jungle, and Hero tells him that the only way that he's going to come back is if he gets an order from his commanding officer to stand down.
So surely
So-
Hero now gets it.
Yeah, but he's still not sure.
Right.
Still not 100%. He still thinks this hippie boy could be a trap. But hippie boy goes back to Japan and manages to track down his old major in the army, who's now working as a bookseller. She's moved on. And he flies the guy over to the Philippines and takes him into the jungle to meet him. And eventually, after receiving the order from this officer,
Oh my god.
he agrees to surrender and come back to Japan.
That's so nuts.
But gets back there and fucking hates it because
Yeah.
he spent the last 29 years in the jungle living off coconuts and spit roasted guinea pigs, and thinking he thinks that he's been doing it for this like ultra conservative imperial Japan. Gets back there and it's all Hello Kitty and revolving sushi bars. He's just like ends up moving
Fuck
to
this
Brazil
shit.
and opening a cattle ranch.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he can't stand
Can't,
there.
He does
Hack it.
eventually go back to Japan, but he spends like half the year in Brazil, half the year in Japan.
Yeah.
He goes back to the island in 1996 because his wife has arranged a scholarship on his behalf at the local school. So he goes back there. He's probably thinking that a lot of time's passed. They're gonna slap him on the back and laugh about old times. But instead, the head of the local village hands him a resolution asking him to compensate the families of 7 people he killed.
Does he?
Pay
I
him.
don't think so.
Yeah.
He's got this. He's done the
Mental.
school scholarship.
Yeah. Get back to Japan. Get back to my singing toilet. Turns out not so bad.
Yeah.
That
That's
is so
amazing. It's
fucking
such a
mental.
culture clash.
Yeah.
I remember reading about him ages ago, and they said that one of the things they tried to get him to surrender, they started leaving newspapers from Japan that showed that the war was clearly over, because the news was like not about war, and he was like, that's not possible, because the whole principle was we will never surrender. So as long as Japan exists, we must still be fighting.
That's fucking mental, isn't it?
Yeah. Quite a
Yeah.
culture shock coming back to all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Japan's still quite like a conservative place, isn't it?
Yeah, in some ways. Yeah. His house is. All right. Well, if you're as dedicated to the Upshot as Hero is to Imperial Japan, then why not come and hold out in our jungle for 30 years? It's the Patreon. We're going over there now.
Lots of Hello Kitty.
Yeah, we're going to go and burn some neighbours' rice. Slaughter 7 locals for the Emperor. Yeah, we're going to go over there now where we've got an Ashes wrong and special because the Ashes actually second test started today.
Yeah.
And yeah, I noticed the England players have been getting harassed in Australia by the media. The media obviously giving them loads of shit. But the latest one was that they published photos of them riding e-scooters without helmets. It's getting a bit desperate, in my opinion. But if you want to meet some real wrong-uns from England and Australian cricket, then head over to our Patreon right now where we've done a combined side of Ashes wrong-uns. There's fire bombers, fraudsters, quite a lot of womanising as well. A few dicks. Come and check it out. If you're not already a member, patreon.com/Upshot Towers. Otherwise, we will see you next Tuesday. Tuesday's episode is the other Beckhams. So, not David. Posh Spice,
really
Brooklyn,
Romeo.
Dunn, all the others. All right, we'll see you then. Thanks a lot. Thanks, JP.
Pleasure as always, chaps.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.